MOF says 3 of the world's largest international credit rating agencies have confirmed Malaysia's strong credit ratings as it continues to restore its fiscal position. In a statement, the ministry points out that Moody's recent annual update stated that Malaysia's economic growth will continue to be stronger than its A-rated peers. Malaysia's strong diversified economy also helps to partially offset the negative impact of the government's currently high debt level. In December, Moody's had maintained Malaysia's credit rating at A3, and that a near-term change in credit rating is unlikely. Meanwhile, Fitch Ratings' November 2018 report also reaffirmed Malaysia's sovereign ratings at A- with stable outlook. MOF notes that Fitch concluded that the new government was elected on pledges to raise governance standards and address corruption, particularly with respect to public finances. Similarly, S&P Global Ratings noted the government's commitment to gradual fiscal consolidation and expects the one-off pressures, such as the funding of GST rebates, to abate after 2019. S&P maintained Malaysia's credit rating at A-. MOF also acknowledges concerns regarding the government's narrowing revenue base after replacing GST with SST. It said this is being addressed by encouraging increase in direct tax collection in 2018, which rose by 13.7 billion ringgit or 11.1% year-on-year to a record high of 137 billion ringgit. FGV Holdings has named Dato' Haris Fadzila Hassan as Group CEO of the plantation giant effective today. He succeeds Dato' Zakaria Arshad, who resigned last September. Accordingly, FGV Chairman Dato' Wira Azhar Abdul Hamid, who was made Group Interim CEO, has stepped down from the post. Haris has 28 years of experience in the corporate sector. He was previously the Commercial and Land Management Director in MRT Corp and held key positions in plantation firms, Golden Hope Plantations and Sime Darby Plantation. Azhar says his years of experience in the industry and his expertise in change management are crucial skill sets to drive FGV's transformation plan to deliver on aggressive targets. FGV also roped in Dato' Muhammad Hairul Abdul Hamid as its CFO, Masri Abdul Rahim as Chief Human Resources Officer, and Dr. Christina Oi Su Siang as Chief Procurement Officer. According to Azhar, they bring to the table a range of expertise and experience and the essential capabilities needed to serve FGV as well as its shareholders well. FNN says that it will only hike prices on its products as a last resort as it grapples with the upcoming sugar tax. CEO Lim Yu Ho says FNN is still waiting for guidelines from MOF on the implementation of the tax. The group says it is taking the challenge given by the government to improve consumers' health by cutting the population's sugar consumption. Hence, it will try to make its products fall within that 5% sugar threshold to avoid being taxed. As a result, Lim says there will be some formulation changes, which could mean new costs. He says if he can keep the new costs similar to its current cost base, then prices will not change. He explains that the group will need to choose ingredients with the same taste profile as sugar. However, at this moment, it is too early to say. To recap, the government will impose a 40-cent excise tax on sweetened beverages starting April 1st. Perodua is targeting a 4% increase in sales performance to 231,000 units in 2019, from a record 227,243 units in 2018. President and CEO Dato' Zainal Abidin Ahmad says this will be driven by the Myvi and recently launched Arus. He says the target not only strengthens the brand, but also offers some relief to the Malaysian car industry, which is forecast to grow very minimally this year. He adds that the Myvi is expected to remain popular this year. Also, since it started taking orders for the Arus on January 3rd, there are nearly 5,700 bookings to date. Zainal says this figure is very encouraging as its sales target for the Arus is 2,500 units a month. Perodua also expects to increase its component purchases by 20%, from 5 billion ringgit last year to 6 billion ringgit this year. The car maker says this is in line with the demand expected in 2019 and will benefit local automotive suppliers. The government is looking to raise the salary threshold for knowledge and skill-based jobs taken up by migrant workers. Currently, skilled foreign nationals holding a Category 3 employment pass are only allowed to take up jobs that pay a minimum of 3,000 ringgit to 4,999 ringgit. They can only be contracted to work for not more than 12 months. However, Putrajaya is now considering whether to restrict this pipeline of expats to jobs that pay at least 5,000 ringgit. Human Resources Minister M. Kulasegaran explains this would mean that positions that pay below this threshold will be reserved for Malaysians only. This effectively ensures more opportunities for Malaysian fresh graduates. Currently, only about 5% of foreign workers in the country occupy jobs in Category 3, and that number has been declining over the past year. Kula says a committee will be formed to address this issue and seek the cooperation of various stakeholders.